Welcome to the most irrelevant show on the internet where Ben Affleck got exposed, Eugenia Cooney got exposed, Trisha Paytas got exposed, and Ethan Klein is getting sued. By the way, folks, if you love Oreos and you love mayonnaise, you might want to try my Oreo if you want to throw up. Irrelevant news. More footage of Playmateessie's appearance in Dr. Phil was released, and everybody's wondering how much worse can it get.
Am I talking to a persona here? Am I talking to a character here?
I don't know this person sitting across from me. This is not my daughter. This is a character. I'm looking at this person as like a stranger to me.
The bond between father and daughter, folks, is something that can apparently be broken if that person decides to play a character on the internet. I hurt just thinking about it.
What's the character? This is just very annoying.
Things just got real, folks, because Playmateessie is experiencing something day in and day out that the vast majority of people don't even seem to understand. Having every single person in the world be jealous of you is something that must be so crushing.
Because you've said a lot more offensive and hateful things
So
my entire life.
You've
said just because you don't make videos about it doesn't mean you don't make those comments.
Excuse me, Playmateessie, but that theory is completely wrong because everybody knows that unless there's video of it, nobody has ever seen it. It hasn't happened. Just like a tree doesn't fall if you don't hear it.
I was simply trolling.
You're famous for trolling?
Not necessarily. I like to be well-rounded. I'm famous for being beautiful, smart, having a really big brain.
Jeez, folks, I am so incredibly jealous of Playmateessie because she has all the attributes that every single human being would love to have. I don't even have a big brain. My brain is literally smaller than the cap on this pen. Hopefully, if I listen to enough Joe Rogan, some of his steroids will seep into my brain and help it grow.
A parent doesn't do that with one of their own children, whatever age they are, whether they're 30 or 13. You don't publicly humiliate someone in your own family. Does that make sense to you?
Folks, we are lost as a nation. We have become software. Even Dr. Phil is against public humiliation. What kind of a world are we living in where you can't just punish your daughter or son online? I am disgusted that Dr. Phil would even recommend somebody to stop and think about the impact that they could have with someone else other than themselves. And in other news, Ben Affleck got exposed.
Thinking of the time I matched with Ben Affleck on Raya and thought it was fake, so I unmatched him and he sent me a video on Instagram.
Folks, this is just so absolutely fake. I refuse to believe that Ben Affleck would actually be messaging out people after meeting them on a celebrity dating app. Plus, it was posted on TikTok. Literally every single bit of information that you see on TikTok is fake.
Naveen, why did you unmatch me? It's me.
Well, I guess I just ate my own words. It was Ben Affleck. And in other news, footage of Vlog Squad members discussing David Dobrik's stunts recently resurfaced.
David would probably be arrested for, like, kidnapping, capturing his friends and locking them in a basement.
Yeah.
And forcing them to do stuff.
I think realistically, I could see, like, doing an animal thing and something going wrong. And he gets in trouble for it or something.
I refuse to believe any of that, folks, because, maybe David Dobrik wouldn't have insurance for the shoot. Maybe he wouldn't have an animal handler on set. Maybe he wouldn't even have a medic. But that doesn't mean anything bad would actually happen. Murphy's Law doesn't exist.
Or, like, hurting somebody. Because remember the Jonah thing? I mean, he probably would have gotten in trouble for that. Or would that be Jonah's fault?
What do you mean?
Because he's, like, filming it when Jonah did the dirt bike.
No, because Jonah did it on his own.
Yeah, Jonah wouldn't sue.
Oh, thank goodness that Jonah would never sue David Dobrik, folks, and instead choose to have lifelong damage to his health just for some views.
But it would be a real test of friendship to figure out who would sue and who wouldn't.
Yeah.
Well, can you sue someone for doing that if you, like, willingly are like, I'm gonna ride this bike?
I don't think that.
I don't think that either.
That is 100% correct, folks. You cannot sue your employer for literally putting you in harm's way. In fact, labor laws say that when somebody's filming a video and exploiting somebody else's injuries, the person filming the video is 100% entitled to keep all the profits from that person's injury, because that's how exploitation works.
But, like, I was thinking when the alligator almost bit my hand, I was like, what would I have done if it, like, tore up my hand?
Well, folks, there's a very simple solution for Carly's problem. If her hand had been bit off, she could have just put a hook on it and then allowed herself to become a punching bag for Daddy Dobrik's vlogs.
But I feel like I could have done something with that, right? Since he put it on me and I didn't know.
No, you, like, agreed to do it.
But I didn't really. I thought it was a dog. He said it was a puppy.
Folks, you gotta understand, even when Daddy Dobrik does a bait and switch, he is not legally liable for any of it. He could blindfold a person and tell them that they're about to cross a bridge and then throw them off the Empire State Building, and the liability would still be on the person who walked off the Empire State Building.
If David accidentally did something without you even knowing, like, We were at Coachella and he was playing around with the sunscreen and like a lighter, like trying to like freak people out with it. Like, and if he set my face on fire,
he'd pay for your medical.
That is so incredibly nice that Daddy Dobrik would pay for the medical and that Matt King would get to live without a face for the rest of his life. And now for something totally unrelated, Eugenia Cooney got exposed.
Why do people go in tanning beds? It's like being in an oven. I would feel like a Holocaust victim.
Whoa, folks, I had absolutely no idea that sitting in a tanning bed for half an hour was equal to forced labor in a camp and then literally losing your life. How are tanning beds not illegal?
Noisy kids are even more annoying when they speak a different language.
Oh, well, she doesn't want to meet my cousins then because all they speak is meow. I'm trying to teach them some English, but you know, cats don't do so well with consonants. You're right, Billy. You are the greatest, Billy. And in other news, Trisha Paytas got called out by some of Tana Mongeau's friends.
Saw Trisha Paytas and Nikita fighting on Twitter.
I hate Trisha Paytas.
Oh.
Whoa, folks, they are not holding back. They're really going for that frenemies clout.
She makes 47 TikToks about every situation that's on TikTok room, and it pisses me off.
What I don't like is how much older she is compared to everybody and like the drama she gets involved with.
That is factually correct, folks. This person who I've never heard of before in my life made a terrific point by saying that when you get to a certain age, you no longer can have an opinion on the internet. You should be tossed on your ice float and pushed out into the abyss of no digital footprint.
Don't mind it.
Like, who gives a
Why are you coming for an 18-year-old? She like 30 something.
And
32,
Charlie, she
like
comes
30.
for Charlie, and Charlie's 16.
Yeah.
Like,
it's like, dude,
shut your mouth, bro.
Folks, I have to say that the eloquence and the deep rhetorical intelligence of all these arguments that are being made are killing my brain cells. And in other news, it appears Triller is going to take legal action against a whole bunch of people because of the Jake Paul fight.
Exclusive. Triller offers clemency to boxing fans who pirated Jake Paul bout if they pay up.
Oh, really, folks? Triller is offering clemency? That is just so incredibly kind. I wonder what they're planning on doing.
Triller will not pursue legal action against boxing fans who pirated the platform's April 17th fight between Jake Paul and Ben Askren, provided these individuals pay the original $49.99 price before June 1st, a company executive told Reuters.
Oh, well, they just want $50 from everybody. That should be pretty easy to collect from, what, 20, 30 people?
More than 2 million illegal streams of the Triller Fight Club bout occurred, the company said, and it will be pursuing those individuals for the maximum penalty of $150,000 per illegal stream of the fight.
Breaking news, folks, that Triller is owned by Bill Gates, and now that he's getting divorced, he's going to spend his billions of dollars suing 2 million people so he can get $50 from them.
VPNs all have to comply and turn over the actual IP addresses of each person who stole the fight in discovery. Triller's head of piracy, Matt St. Clair, said, "We will be able to identify each and every person, VPN or not, as each stream has a unique fingerprint embedded in the content," he said.
I don't know about you folks, but I'm very excited for these 2 million lawsuits because they will most likely establish a brand new legal precedent for privacy.
Triller filed legal action on April 23rd in U.S. District Court of Central California against the owners of the H3 podcast website for piracy of the event and a dozen other sites that restreamed and profited from as many as hundreds of thousands of users each, the company said.
Oh, well, you see, folks, they're not suing the H3 podcast. They're suing the H3 podcast website, which is not only under construction, but is literally just an image of the ocean, which can only lead me to believe, folks, that they're going to sue SpongeBob for illegally streaming the Jake Paul fight.
The fines are calculated at $150,000 per instance, so for H3 and other sites who rebroadcast the event to many people, the potential damages are large, St. Clair said.
I am so happy that Triller is finally putting their foot down, folks, and settling for scare tactics, and hopefully they have enough money left over after the 2 million lawsuits so that they can keep doing events.
Apparently I'm being sued by Triller. News to me, especially considering I did not rebroadcast it or pirate it. What?
Oh, well, you see, folks, it's all a case of mistaken identity.
You watched?
I watched the whole. I bootlegged it. I pirated it.
Oh, well, on the positive side, it sounds like Ethan, along with 2 million other people, are going to have to just pay the $50 to be off the hook. Otherwise, you're just going to have to see Triller in court with that Bill Gates money. Now, palate cleanser. Anyway, defenders, make sure you like and subscribe for more videos like this. If you like, will be another Tuesday on the internet. Tell me in the comments down below what you think I'm going to know. Check out these videos right here. They're good too. Make sure to wash your hands out, touching your faces, staying away from stupid people. Have an amazing day, defenders. I love all of you. Peace.